Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States coming to you. I know it's midnight. I'm supposed to be here before midnight, but I'm going to count this as November 11th, so we'll pretend that I started on Tuesday, because I did. I was actually working on finishing the layout from last night. So let me get my devices set up here. And see if anybody's joining me live. If you're coming on with me, let me know where you're joining from. Feel free to comment. It looks like I've got sound. Hi, Yuda. All right, so I think we're good to go. Kind of. Kind of. So, a couple of quick announcements. I've got a bunch of debris here. I've been busy for quite a while. So anyway, we've got a couple of announcements. We've got some new kits available. And I am having a Come and Kit It for those that are local to me. That's going to be on November 30th is what I have it planned for. I'll get something published hopefully tomorrow. So you can reserve your kit with me if you're local. I received 3 boxes from Stampin' Up! Today. So I'm thinking these kits might be in there. So these are going to be fun. Stampin' Up! Has a virtual class coming up on November 20th. You can order the items now, and the class is $30. It's this Brushed with Beauty craft class. You'll get a PDF, you'll get a supply list, the cutting layouts, the die cutting layouts, and full instructions. The last set of instructions, I think, were like 9 pages for the 4 products. The products last time were 3 cards and a home decor item. And yes, I still need to watch it. I haven't done mine yet. This time there's going to be 2 cards, a box, and a scrapbook page that would be suitable to put like in a frame, probably for a home decor item. So this Brushed with Beauty Suite collection is brand new. That's what they're featuring for that class. Tomorrow or today, as the case may be. 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. my time. I'll have the studio door open. If you're local to me, come. We'll craft and create. But let me know that you're coming. So that's the watch party. I've got my Thoughtful Thursday coming up. Next week, Monday, if you're local to me, I've got Most. So our Monday open studio time. And then next week, Wednesday, we've got our Coffee and a Card at Kat's Coffee House. December 6th, I'm going to do a Scrappy Saturday, memory keeping, and some things after that. But that's December. Let's not think too far into the future. So these are the pages that we worked on last night. And we copied, hello, Juju. That was some interesting paper you were creating. If you called, I guess it was, I mean, you were colorizing it, or I'm not even sure what technique you call that, but it looked like where I came in, you were using like maybe a stencil to add colors, and then transferred it onto your papers. So that was pretty cool. I might have to use that for some of this kind of stuff. All right, so I don't think I'm quite done with these because there's some dead space that I'm not real sure that I'm happy with. But I thought I would at least show you how far I got. Now, I've covered Riley's face in a few of these because the whole internet doesn't need to see her face, right? So, and I'm going to put that one right there. Yeah, MacMan might still be awake. He went upstairs just a couple of minutes ago, so he might be logged in. We don't know. I never know for sure because he won't comment either, even though I think he probably could. So anyway, this is, oh, he just said hi ladies, so he must be, he must have it live. So 2 nights ago we did this layout and this layout. So 4, 5, 6, number 6 and number 8 from page 28 of the annual catalog. Then last night we did 2 and 5. So this is page 5 and this was page 2 with a couple little modifications. So these 2 pictures I put down here, and then we put the bigger one up here. The banner I moved to the very top to put my granddaughter's name on it. Our little journaling here I added there to kind of look like 2nd grade-ish for her, because that's where she's at. And then I just added some extra little things. She loves to read. Math is her favorite subject right now. But she was in, oh, here's the other one I was looking for. I flipped it over. She joined the cross-country team at school this year. Now, she's in 2nd grade, but her school is very active in getting the kids involved in team sports, which I think is great. She also did wrestling for a little while, which I thought was cool. So I added her, she had 1 meet. So this was the start of the race, and she's like right there. I'm going to probably put a little arrow on here somewhere and indicate that that's her. And then here's the finish. And I also added a little pocket card here with the tag that says, "You've got this." So that will memorialize her first and last probably track meet of her elementary school career. This picture she's crafting with me, where we were getting all of her Halloween things ready for school. So I will probably add maybe an up and down, a vertical Halloween crafting or something. And I had this same designer series paper with the books on this side, but it just seemed too busy for me. So I flipped it over and used the back side because I really like the colors on that as well. And I think it still coordinates because there's a lot of the coastal cabana just carried through the whole thing. Hi, Bonnie. So yeah, the pocket's pretty cool. And I just used some of the adhesive strips to go around 3 sides of that, so it's raised. And then when I put it in the page protector, I will create a line on my page protector, and I'll just put a slice so that this can be accessed from the outside. Has everybody here seen me do that before? Does anybody want me to demonstrate that? Because I could certainly demonstrate that. It'd be pretty quick. But then on this side, when we did all the little banners, I kind of have them a little wonky on here, and I actually added a couple more because I didn't really want to cover up the designs on there because she does really like school. Is that with a fuse? No, I'm not sure what a fuse is. The pocket or something else? My iPad is a little delayed, so I apologize if I'm behind. So, a fuse tool seals plastic. No, it will just be, I'll use a crafting knife. So first I'll put the page in the page protector. I'll use a stylist to mark where this line is when I have the page all the way in the protector. Then I will put in a piece of chipboard. Oh, it's a wood burning tool for plastic sheets. Yeah, I don't have one of those. And the craft tool works very well. I'm not sure, does that fuse make like an edge on it so it looks more finished somehow? I'm not familiar with that. But anyway, I'll just put a slice right across there, and then this will be able to be accessed from on the outside of the page so that we don't have to take the page in and out to have that interactive piece. So if you want me to demonstrate, I can. It would take just a couple of minutes. But on this side then, I had to use some more Cajun Craze. Can't forget the Cajun Craze, right? So I thought I would make these couple of mini banners with the notes from what we were doing. So we took her to an amusement park in Green Bay. It's called Bay Beach. And their rides used to be like 10 cents a piece. Well, now they're still inexpensive. You can do most rides for like 4 tickets, and the tickets were 25 cents a piece. So it's very economical. The circle looks better in that color. Like these, that's just to cover her face. Oh, this, yes. It makes it stand out. And then I embossed on here. So that's not like craft white ink, that's embossed, so that's not going to rub off. I also did just a little border here. I don't know if you can kind of see that border on there. I stamped that with this little thing from the Celebrate Together. So this is kind of a scrapbooking stamp set because it's got the little tabs and arrows. And then I used this What a Day, and I stamped that on the little flag here for her cross-country meet. So bumper cars were one of her favorites. She did that a whole bunch of times. And then she also did, for the first time, a big roller coaster, like the adult roller coaster, not the kid roller coasters. So this is her and I going on the big roller coaster. And initially she's like, oh, I'll go alone. And I'm like, no, you won't. I don't think so, because it was a pretty big roller coaster. And she was tall enough, they would have let her go on alone. But I said, no, I'll go with you. So we get in line, and then I could see she's starting to get a little apprehensive. So it was a good thing that I stayed with her, because she got lifted off the seat a couple of times. She's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. So as we're doing the ride, then she could see that I was having fun. And I used to do roller coasters all the time, and I haven't done them much, but I felt pretty good that day. My vertigo wasn't bothering me. It wasn't going to go upside down, so I thought I'd be all right. And I was. So she and I did it twice. And the second time, I don't remember. I think she said she wanted me to go with her still. So we did it twice, and it was fun. So I kind of have the big roller coaster in the back there, and these are the cars coming in from this angle over here. So she should really have fun with these. But I think I might do maybe a little ink blending on here like I did yesterday to fill up the space. Or maybe put another of the border up here just to kind of break up the page. I don't know. But I could also put some gems on here. So I'll do that off camera, but I at least wanted to show you, all of you, that I did really print some pictures and almost finish the pages. So I'm going to set those aside. Those were actually pretty fun, and I'm going to hang on to this. Let me just go table. And I did not finish the pages from the day before yet. All right, so I just have to get a little bit of hand lotion here. My hands are really dry. And I thought tonight we would do hopefully a quickie card. Hi, Tanya. A quickie card using our Gingerbread Man again. Thank you, Yuta. We are going to be in December before you know it. I mean, we're already at November 12th. So we're practically halfway through November. So I need to use these up because before you know it, the season's going to be over, right? So we're going to do I'm going to show you these. So we're going to do something a little less conventional. So this was the little treat box we made a few days ago. And we dressed up our gingerbread man. We've got the hat and the scarf and the velvet. We did a little K-cup work here because the K-cup could fit in here instead of the chocolates. But I kind of like the chocolates, so that's how it's staying for right now. So I need to get some cardstock for the gingerbread person. You're starting late this year. Well, you have a lot of examples from some of the cards we've made. We've done a lot of them on here, but this one should be kind of fun. It can also be a little confusing because it's going to be it's going to be an action card. Okay. So we might not get through all of the decorating of the action card. We'll see how far we get, because I was looking for some of my Christmas paper, and of course I have it out somewhere for a project and I can't get my hands on it. Oh, here's some. Oh, we can probably use some of this. This might work. These are the scraps from the Traditions of Christmas. So we'll do a little bit of this maybe. This could work. And then we have to decide what color we want our gingerbread person to be. We might make it a girl this time because this one was a boy pretty much, with just the shirt on. Whoops, there goes my candy. So I don't know, I think we'll probably use pecan pie again because the crumb cake was very pale. So I'll get a piece of pecan pie. So Bonnie, you made 4 journal covers for Christmas this evening. That sounds like a pretty good accomplishment. And Tanya, don't feel bad because I've never tried to make a journal. So, I mean, I've done a couple of the little journal kits that Stampin' Up! Has, but I've not done like what these gals do on here. So maybe after Christmas, I'll try to tackle something like that. Oh yes, I've done that one. The gingerbread cookie punch. That was the cookie cutter Christmas set, and I still have that one, and I won't get rid of that one because it's one of my favorites. So yes, I actually did a card where we turned it upside down, and we did 2 reindeers, so it was like a boy and a girl reindeer. So let me go get some pecan pie, and I think I will get maybe a piece of Secret Sea for the background, or maybe I should do the Coastal Cabana. What do you think? Secret Sea or Coastal Cabana? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I thought these we would probably use for maybe the dress. We'll see. Bonnie, I know the last couple of years I've been so busy helping my classes and that make their cards. The Secret Sea, awesome. I've been so busy helping my class people make their cards that I don't even think I got any cards out last year, which is really sad, you know, when what I craft is cards. So anyway, I'm going to go get some Secret Sea and a piece of pecan pie. I'm actually just going to use 2 pieces of the pecan pie. They don't need to be attached, so I'm going to make 2 of them anyway, just in case I mess one up. Okay, 2 votes for the Secret Sea. Do you think this die will work like that? Yeah, it could actually. It could. The ears would be a little bit bigger than that other gingerbread man, but maybe not. I mean, the whole thing is a little bit bigger, but you could do the face here, and these would be the ears, and those would be the antlers. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. All right, so we're going to do this one the way I don't like to do them. So normally I don't like to have my cards in the portrait position opening up, but this one really needs to be handled that way, all right, because of what we're going to be doing with the action on it. So I am going to score it 5.5. And my thumb's doing pretty good today. The super glue's still on it. I took the Band-Aid off because I did. And then we're going to cut at 4 1/4. Hopefully I will keep my thumb out of the blade area. So let's go ahead and burnish this. And then we'll do, I think, a little layer in this. This might be cute. We could put the other, one of the gingerbreads could go here and one could go inside. We'll see. All right, so let's do this maybe 3 3/4 by 5. So more of the secret C will show. Kind of like that framing on there. And the gingerbread will pretty much fill that up, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to go ahead and put this on right away. Yeah, Cookie Cutter Christmas was one of my favorites, so that's why I will not get rid of mine. At least not for a while. And that's been a long time since that was an active set. But I really like it, so I don't want to get rid of it. All right, so that'll go there. And then we are going to, let's cut at least one of these out to make the dress for one of them. So let's get the stamp because we'll probably need to, Gingerbread Man. We'll need to do these and emboss them. Okay, get all the things. All right. Oh, cool. I forgot I had some of these in here. That might make things a little easier later. All right, so let's get gingerbread on here. And I think what I'm going to do is put this down and make sure gingerbread is shaped like it needs to be. And then let's get a block. I think I need my big block. Yeah, that one's not big enough. So the E block is not big enough. Oh, awesome, Yuta. Time to just kind of let go of some of that stuff, right? Because the way I looked at my stuff is that I am not going to be able to use it in my lifetime. Because some of the stuff I have is still from when my mother and I combined our craft rooms. So yes, definitely a happy dance. Yay, Yuta. So the first time I sold things was probably the hardest. And then this month when I've been doing, well, I started October 30th when I did my bag sale, where I really, I mean, that was pretty close to giving stuff away. So that was kind of hard. But then I did the bag sale too at the craft fair this last weekend, and I was fine with it. Because it's like, yeah, I just need to move this stuff out of here because it can be oppressive. You know, you've got all this stuff, and maybe for me, it's like, oh, I spent all this money on this stuff and I've only used one stamp out of it or whatever. Yep, we do own lots of things, but you know, I don't know about you ladies, but I don't go and have my nails done because when I worked in the hospital, we couldn't wear nail polish. We couldn't have our nails long. When I was on the ambulance, I didn't want long fingernails because they just got in the way. So I don't get my nails done. I don't go to fancy salons to get my hair done. I just go to a basic hair cutting place. Just trim it. That's all I need. I'm not a fashionista. I don't go to the fancy coffee shops very often. The only coffee shop that I go to is where I have my coffee and a card. And I figure I want to support her business because she's supporting mine. And she's just a little local. She's not a chain. So, no nails, no makeup, no hair color. That's me, Bonnie. I can't wear makeup anymore because when I do, it's very uncomfortable for me to remove the makeup because of the melanoma that I had removed from my eye area 7 years ago now. But that was a big surgery, you know. It affected like one side of my whole face because it was up around my eye and they had to remove a lot and then they had to do skin grafts and yeah, so I don't wear makeup. So what I save on makeup and nails and coffee and hair, I figure I can spend on my crafting things. And actually, MacMan is he never complains about what I get. And if I say something like, you know, I wanted new tables for here. I mean, he was like a pit bull trying to help me find the tables that I wanted. And, you know, he's really good that way. So if it makes us happy, it makes us happy. Yeah, Bonnie, my skin is getting there too. So you can tell I'm actually embossing these first and they'll cut them later or afterwards. Not like I've done the last couple of these where I've cut them out first and then lined up my stamping on them, I think. Oh, you know, I forgot to do the faces though, didn't I? Well, silly me. Let's fix that. All right, we can get this out of the way. Let's see what faces we want. Let's do a little smiley with the eyelashes. And then maybe just the smiley with the wink. And then we'll have to cut out some hats and scarves. That's good. Oh, that one turned out good. All right, let's cover these up. Get the debris out of the way. And emboss. I figure all of my wrinkles are wrinkles that I have earned. I guess I could have put those squiggly lines for the, like the icing on the body too, but maybe we'll just cut those out instead. Hopefully this will turn out. When we start getting some of these elements for like the action part set, I'm going to show you the card that I'm kind of basing this off of, so you have an idea of what we're shooting for. I made a bunch of New Year's cards several years ago, like 2 and 3 years ago. Well, probably 3 and 4 years ago, because we're almost at 2026. And a couple of them have the 2022 stuff on them, because I didn't end up mailing them all out, because I wasn't sure how many I needed. So it's just a fun card. You don't see it real often, or at least I don't. Yuta, every wrinkle, every gray hair. My hair is actually still my natural color. I don't color it, and I used to be a redhead. My grandmother on my mother's side was also a redhead. So my hair is turning, it looks more, it gets more blonde every year, but that's because of the white hair in it. So mine are not so much like a silver as they are more white, which is kind of common for redheads, is my understanding. All right, let me get the big boss out here. Bossy Bessie. Bessie. No, Bossy Bessie. The little one's Betsy. Hopefully this is in here so we can see. Not that it's a big deal, but for anybody who's not watched before, we might have all of our same people. We don't have very many people on here tonight. And this little piece, I'm just going to kind of cut around there so it looks more curvy like it's supposed to for a single gingerbread person. I figure I'm not 25 anymore, and I can't pretend I'm going to be, because I don't have the money to have a fake body. So you just have to kind of get where you embrace where you're at. It saves so much time too when you're getting ready to go anywhere. You know, I'll still try to, you know, maybe put a few, not like big curls, because my hair is very fine and thin, but I do try to make it look nice. So if we're going out somewhere, you know, I'll usually try to do a little something to my hair so it doesn't look like I don't take care of myself at all, right? That looks pretty good. So there's a lightest little bit of crease here for folding the gingerbread, but we're not going to do that, so nobody will even notice. All right, so there's your two little gingerbreads. Now let's cut another one or two so that we have some clothes. We don't need the whole thing. We can just kind of go like this because we just kind of need the body part. Creak, creak. We could do like a snowsuit. All right, let's see. What's the best way to do this? Maybe to just stamp on here. Because I don't really think we need to. Let's do this. Jammies, there you go. Onesie jammies. So we're gonna cut I'm just gonna kind of go like this. Oh, you know, I probably should stamp on here because I want to cut it with the shoulders. So let's just do that. We'll just do it. It'll be easier. Let's put that over there. All right. Now that I'm trying to think through this, so it is cold outside. Although we're supposed to start getting a little warmer now the next few days. We might even have 60 again by Saturday. If they're not lying to us. And I'm just gonna kind of do my Versamark down below. What's the back side of that paper? Green. That would look even more like pajamas. Do you not like the wild, crazy design for the dress? Because we could always make a different one, I suppose. Oh, you love red. Good. Well, I figure this is going to be somewhat Christmassy. And this part here, I don't really care about. This hand, I don't really care about because we're going to be cutting this around here. So I'm good with that. Although I might not want her little private area there to have lines there. Let's take that off of there. All right, let's try this again. Because her dress is probably going to be cut down here across her legs. That was a close call. You could fold the top over for a collar sometime. Yeah, let's look at one of those other prints and see. That might be really cute. I did like an origami men's shirt that had a collar on there that was really cute. So let's go ahead and just do a little fussy cutting here. And I think hopefully this would look kind of close. should probably be cutting this one from the other direction so that I can see. Since the snips aren't left-handed snips. And I really struggle with cutting with left-handed scissors because I never had them when I was a kid, because left-handed people were not very common, because they made them all change the hands that they wrote with. All right, so this will kind of be like here. So I guess I need to cut this other cuff off, don't I? All right, so that'll kind of go there. And where some of this red is showing through, I'm just going to trim that off so it doesn't show. And then for the bottom of the dress, we need to, I think, just cut it right here at the legs. And we'll pretend her little private parts are covered. All right, so that's kind of long. Maybe I'll put like, we could put like some ribbon or something under there. Too bad I don't have anything lacy. Lacy. Although we do have this. No, that'll look silly because it's not solid. A mini dress, I know, right? Don't bend over, Ginger Gal. I mean, there is a die in here. What do I do with it? It's here. I mean, I could add a little piece under there. Naughty Ginger. we could add a piece. Maybe white. Do you think I should do white? We want her to kind of look decent, right? Oh, I see. I've got powder on my table here. There we go, or on my mat. All right. So this is one for the front of the card. Now, what did I do with the card front? Here we go. So she's going to kind of be on here. So she'll be there. We still have to give her a hat and maybe a nice little scarf. Let me get these dies out of here. I think we probably all back in the day wore some pretty crazy short outfits. That might be kind of fun. And then if we did, we could do a little, I think I'm going to do it like this though, so it doesn't look like a boy bulge. All right, let's see how this works. Add 3 lines on a sliver of red. Well, if this doesn't work out, that might be something we do. Let's just see. Let's see how this looks. I think my granddaughter's really going to like her little scrapbook pages. All right, so I could probably glue that part down. So what do you think of that? And then she's got like some fancy little shorts there. I could maybe make that a little longer. And then I thought I had an extra little cutout piece, but maybe not. That looks silly that way. That's just more of the same edge on there, but it would give it a little finish, like a seam. I don't know. What do you think of that, or should I make this? She needs a tutu. Wonder how we could do that. We might be able to do that actually. If I do put some seal on here. And then put, I guess I want the shimmery side out. Let's start on this side. I'll give enough extra that we can put it on the back. I think I'm going to have to put seal on the front of here too, maybe. Maybe tear and tape. I know. Can't just be showing off your business. So let's put this on here too. This might not work, but we'll see. All right. So if we kind of go back and forth. With the ribbon, do you think that would work? And then we have to put something to cover that part of her dress. What do you think? Tear tape. That might be kind of cute. Not for free. Oh, I just saw that, obviously. That's funny. All right, here's where I should give like the Mama Juju disclaimer, right? If you're not old enough to be here, give me a thumbs up on your way out. Go find somebody who's appropriate. I think that's kind of cute, but we'll have to figure out how to make it stay. I mean, how to cover up that other piece. Whoever gets this one better like it. Or if we don't like it and we ended up taking the ribbon off, then it won't really matter, right? Well, I just don't put quite enough tear and tape on there. All right, you gotta hang on a second. I got a box elderbug running across my desk. Darn little thing. He's going outside. I know it's cold outside, but they don't belong in by me. She's winking. Well, we could put it on the one that's just smiling. Woohoo! And then I lost my ruler. I don't know where it is. I had it earlier. And then I needed to measure something and it was gone. All right. Now I have just a little too much. All right. But that's kind of fun. I think we need a little more piece here. Because we need something for that to stick to. Oh, come on. Let go. There we go. All right. Let's fold this back over so that that stays. We'll put this onto the back. Keeps sticking on my fingers too. Yeah, quick card. I always say that, don't I? And you still believe me? Ah, silly girls. And we haven't even gotten to the action yet. The action part's going to be for the inside. So I may have to start that and then finish it later. All right, so she looks nice and innocent, doesn't she? So then what if I just, oh, that could work. What if we just put more ribbon on top of there? And wrap it to the back of the dress. Let go. All right, I wasn't paying attention. All right, so we'll do that. Oh, I guess I didn't need it that far over. We'll do that. That'll be cute. These are not my ribbon scissors, obviously. So we will put this on here. I feel like it's going to need something there, but maybe not. All right, we will put some tear and tape on the back here, so we're sure it's nice and secure. There we go. All right. I should bring out my Take Your Pick tool because that usually helps me out a little bit. I just have so much going on right here on the table right now. There we go. Let's get rid of some of this debris. All right. I think that'll be good. That'll be cute enough. Her dress is hanging a little bit on this other side here, though. Might need to yank it up a little bit here. There. That'll work. All right. I think that'll be cute. We got a little bit of glue showing here, I think. That adhesive and the tear and tape. We'll get rid of that. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. And then maybe, I wonder if I should put like some glue dots in there maybe. I'll figure that out later. Hold it up closer. What do you think? Cute little pleated dress. Little skirt under there. What do you think? Yay? Can you see it all right, hopefully? There, I can kind of see, yeah. I think that's working. Woohoo! All right, so let's go ahead and get a hat and a scarf for her. Let's get this out of the way for now. Whoops. I was trying to put it so it wasn't all the way on the floor, and then I had to bend over anyway. All right. So that'll go here. I think we're going to put her up on dimensionals, but we need to do the hat. Oh, I guess I'm going to need the embossing machine anyway. Oh, let's close this up so I don't have an accident. Flesh in her business. There's just a little piece of glue goober that's bugging me. I'll have to remove that. You might not even be able to see it. All right, so let's do her hat and a scarf. So we've got, we can do the bow or we can do the scarf. What do you think? And then we'll do the hat. And I think maybe I'll do those in white. What do you think? You think white would work? The velvet? Or red and white? You like it without the bow and the hat? Or without the bow and the scarf? Okay. She needs a hat though, because I don't have any hair for her. So she's gonna need something on her head. And then what if we used a bunch of these and made her a necklace? Because her neckline just looks like it's not finished to me. Yes to the hat. She's going to be blinged up here. Hi, Susan. So you had a class and then your mom's. Nice. You've been a productive person today. That one's starting to come off the glue dot a little bit. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whew! Gotta have an odd number. Well, I could have probably found some retired pearls. We could have had her clutching our pearls. Lamb koftas. And what are those? Never had them. Clearly. All right, so she needs a hat though. Should we do a white hat, a red hat, or a green hat? The green is pretty dark. Should I go find pearls instead and give her pearls to clutch? I know I have some old pearls. I'm sure I do. They're just not in here. I'm pretty sure I know where they are. The red hat, awesome. All right, let me cut that out. Gems are fine, awesome. All right, so she's gonna go like that. Does she need a white pom-pom on her head or just leave it red? So there's spicy lamb sausage grilled on the barbecue. That sounds good. I am a fan of spicy foods. White pom-pom it is. Okay. Then we just need to trim this a little bit. So that'll be like so. Fun. All right. Let's kind of put these together. This is going to go, so the pom-pom doesn't go off the top of the card. I need to do it a little sideways here. I don't want to put on the glue so heavy that it leaks through the slits. And then the pom-pom. All right. And then I will have to put some little kind of sentiment on there. This little ribbon is not sticking on there. We gotta give it a little more pressure maybe. But I'm gonna put some glue dots, I think, behind here, or tear and tape folded in half. So that'll hold down her little waistband. Or I think I might have thrown that out here. That could go on there too. I'd have to put a couple of them. We'll see. I'll play with that later. All right, so here's kind of the front without a sentiment. All right. So now let me get the velvet paper put away. And we need a layer for the inside. I think we can probably do that in white. We'll put that there. And then we're going to have another gingerbread in here, but we're going to do something a little different. Do you think that's too busy if we did a layer out of the green plaid? Or maybe I should do another layer with flowers. Thanks for hanging out, Yuta. I probably should have put a layer of white behind here. Too late now, because that would have made it look cute. I could probably create some kind of frame though. I don't know. All right, so do you think the green plaid for the inside is too much? From the front. Or maybe I should put this on the inside because it would match the dress from the outside. Yes, I think that'll work. And we're going to go to about here. All right. So that we can I think I am going to, because our gingerbread's going to kind of go in the middle here. So we could put a little white up there and a little white down here. we're going to trim this in half. So if this is, oh boy, so I need 2 and then 3/4, so 1, 2, 3/8. 2 and 3/8. Phew, that worked out good. All right, and then this is 4 1/2, so 2 1/4 and a smidge. That'll go there. That'll go there. I'm going to take another smidge off of here. So there's a more uniform frame. And I'll take a little smidge off of here also. All right. Get those out of the way. And then let's see, we've got got 3 3/4. So what I'm doing here is making the pieces that will be the places where we can write. And if we put, let me get rid of those too so I don't lose those. Too much debris, making me a little crazy. All right. So these will go here. This will go here. This will go here. So let's take off about 1/4 of an inch, it looks like. And maybe a little bit more. That'll work. I could have probably made that white all one piece, huh? That might look better. I'm not going to glue these down. I'm going to end up doing that all one piece, I think. We'll see. Let's take off. We'll see. I might actually put it so there's a little break in there. All right, so now comes the fun part. We are going to make a little action for our little gingerbread person. All right. So we are going to take our gingerbread person and we're going to score it right down the middle. And then we're going to come this way and we're going to score it across the midsection. And then we're going to score it diagonally where those pieces, where those score lines meet. And then we're going to do it at the opposite direction. So this one I can actually use this score line here. Ouch, ouch. I know, maybe it tickles. It might tickle. But at least we're not cutting it up. Oh, that didn't work. I have to go over a little further. All right, so let's get my little bone folder here. And I'm just going to press part of that out where I didn't have it quite lined up right. All right. So you can still see it a little bit in front, but part of that's going to be covered off, so it's not going to matter. Not this business that didn't tickle. You're right. All right. So here we go. See our little guy here? I'm going to get rid of this now. We are going to fold him kind of goofy here. All right. So I'm going to open this back up so you can see what I did. So I did all of the score lines, all right? So down the middle, diagonally, diagonally, so that they're all like 90-degree fold lines, right? All right, so if we fold these in, kind of like so the hands meet, and then he's going to be folded in half, basically, all right? And what we're going to do is, this is going to get attached here, and then this side is going to get attached here. So when we open our card, and I'm going to take this out for right now. When we open our card, they're going to be attached, and our gingerbread's going to open his arms, right? And then we're going to put a little banner on here. We're going to put a little banner. And I want the banner. Oh, you saw a video on this? Let me show you my, where's my card from? Hang on. I've got my New Year's card. Here it is. So these are my cards from 2022 and 2023. And I did Happy New Year cards, and I didn't know how many I needed. So where's my finished one? Here it is. So this one I didn't have, this was going to be the side to write on, and this I was going to put like Happy New Year on here. But here's how it opens. All right. So that's what we're going to do with our gingerbread. Because as I was cleaning things off my shelf, because these were older stuff, I thought I need to do this. So I've got all my parts and pieces. So what we want to do is we want to have, let me just move these out of here. I want to make sure I keep these pieces intact. So this is a piece we're going to make our little banner. And we're going to do this basically about the same size as the wingspan of our gingerbread person. All right. And I don't even remember who, this was not my idea from 2022, obviously. I don't even remember who did it back at the time. So we're going to go to about here. Let's get the trimmer out here. And I'll trim that off. And we're going to do about an inch. So let's see, what are we at here? So I need to fold it in half and half. So we'll just have to wing it maybe and not use my scoring tool. All right, so let's get these little pieces out of the way so I don't get them messed up. All right, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna fold it in half. Normally, like with these, I scored them. And this is that like, this was a celebration paper that we got. It's really pretty, really glitzy. And then we're going to fold these back. And fold that back. All right. And then this is going to go in our gingerbread's hands, all right? So if you line up that middle piece part of this is going to get glued on the top of the hand, and the other part is going to get glued on the bottom of the hand. All right. And it depends on how you want it to open up. If you want it to open up like this way, you're going to glue the bottom part. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue this bottom part here. Who did the video this morning that you saw, Bonnie? Do you know? Do you remember? So I'm going to glue that down there. And I want to have that middle line lined up. And I probably don't have enough glue on there. Let's do a little bit more. I'm going to do it there, and I'm going to do it here, I guess. That might just be safer. So then when we lay this flat, that should have probably been the back of my piece, but we're going to put some other things on top of here anyway. It doesn't matter. Let's go like this. I'll be happier if it's folded right. All right, so let's lay this down so we've got the middle on the middle. You know, and I wonder if on here, my notes on here from back in 2022 show Creative Treehouse. I don't know who that is, but that's who I copied at the time. That glue is terrible when you touch it. Yeah, it's fine. So this is my template for here, and I could actually make a bigger one. But this is my template for these, for making that mechanism. I trimmed mine differently. This is actually the same piece as what our gingerbread is. This is the piece that's the gingerbread. And then this is the piece that's this one here. All right. So let me get that out of the way. So then what I have to do is decide what we want to put on here. And you figure if these are an inch by 3/4 of an inch, we could do a bunch of little squares. I thought there was, there's some little gumdrops, but let's say we'd use some of this. We could do our little squares. So if we were in an inch, we could go down an eighth. And then, since I can't find my little ruler, we're doing an eyeball method. So this is 13/16 it looks like. Let's see if that works. So we can put that there. Those will go in there. Whoops. And then I wonder even if we could put like, we could probably put a candy cane on one of these little hands here, but let's glue these on. Why not, right? I got a little glob on there. Hopefully that candy cane won't hang out the outside, but I think the way he's going to get folded up, it should be fine. Although we should probably put some shorts on him. Whoops, almost glued the wrong side. We won't put any gumballs on there, how's that? So we could do this, because when he folds up, and that goes sideways, so because we did one on the bottom and one on the top, it automatically folds in sideways. So this is going to go here and here, and then this will get attached here and here, and he'll open up. So if we put this here, oh, that'll work. We can put the candy cane in one hand. Just give him a cookie. I don't know if I have any cookies anywhere, though. Oh, we could give him a little cocoa cup. So maybe we should put the candy cane in that hand. We can put the coffee cup in this hand. And then find some little sentiments somewhere. I have some. What was the set that I was just using earlier? Oh, here, it's over here. Oh, here's one that says Holiday Fun. Let's do that. And we're going to end up cutting this out probably. So let's put that on there. I need Secret C. Whoops. And some of these. I think that'll work. Let's cut up this little mug and see. There's a little mug. Actually, no, that won't work. Let's start putting these pieces down because I think those will work. Maybe I could make the mug. Oh, I can't make the mug out of that green because that background is green. I should have some like background music, but then I'd probably get in trouble for copyright infringement or something, right? Don't want that to happen. Don't want them to shut me down. Okay. We'll still have to put some kind of sentiment on the front. But I can do that later. How do these cards always take so long? It's because I'm a putsy stamper, huh? Oh well, it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and put his little candy cane on here. Got to figure out a way for a cowboy to do it in a journal. That would be fun. It's all just the fold. So basically, perpendicular lines straight up and down and sideways. What I wanted to do was do it sideways, but then the banner would go this way. So that's why we're doing it this way. All right. And I want to do something with this mug. I think it needs to be like colored. Okay. So that'll be a nice pretty blue. And then I'll need to clean that out. I think I'm going to use my Wink of Stella to add just a little shimmer when I paint this. You can't see that, but it's shimmery from the Wink of Stella. That looks like a random little mug. That's kind of fun. Let's get a piece of paper towel here. Okay. Wink of Stella's all clean. Paintbrush will be clean in a minute. Our paintbrush is clean. Or aqua painter, whatever they're called. And then let's just wipe that off. All right. Mug. Still a little wet. That mug will go over there. Holiday fun. going to get trimmed a little tighter, I think. Almost lost it. Holiday fun. Okay. Oh, and last night, or yesterday's video, whatever, I said goodbye just at the right time. I need to go check to see if that ended right, because my phone was in the process of shutting down. I was out of battery power. Who knew? But you could essentially do this with any shape, I would think. And you'll see in just a minute, I'm gonna attach it to the card and you'll see just how very easy it really is. And then let's put some of these on here. This is still a little wet, so I'm not going to glue that in yet, but that'll go there. All right, and we'll put, oops, a couple more of these in here. That stuck to my finger, not to the paper. Actually, this one maybe needs to be over here, by the cup. All right, so this will go on, but it's going to go on later when it dries. And I might put some more of those gems on the front too. So let's do this first. Now, when I've done these before, if you work the paper well enough, it will go flat. All right, but don't be surprised if there's a little gap in here for your mechanism, all right? Because when you fold it closed, if you don't have it pushed all the way into the corner, you're gonna have just a little bit of a gap in there. But most people aren't gonna lay it flat to have it open all the way, right? All right, so let's fold them up here. And we are going to glue his little booty. Or his backside. And personally, I would use glue over like tear and tape, just because personally, I think the glue works better. But you do what you think is gonna work best, but you want a strong adhesive. So glue dots, no. Tear and tape is supposed to be really strong for 3D items, but this is an action item, so I want glue. All right, and I'm gonna lay him in here with this point as far into here as I can get it, okay? Okay. I want that to be pretty well set. I want it set before I put the next side, before I glue it, because I don't want it to come undone, right? So I'm just gonna let that sit, and I'm gonna do a little drawing here. We'll get my little thumbs up here. If you like this card, give me a thumbs up. His clothes are coming off. There. We're gonna dry this off a little bit. There we go. So we can put that in here now. All right, and I'm just making sure that when it's open, it's not going over the edge. Actually, when it's open, it wouldn't matter if it went over the edge or not. I'm still going to have to give him a hat as well. And when I do the hat, I'm going to put a back layer on it too. No, I won't, because that's going to be glued. All right, disregard. So let's go ahead and get this all glued. And then we're going to close this right on it. And then I can press it down kind of from the inside too. And I want to wait until that's set all the way before I start playing with it. So this is a little bulky because of the paper that's folded. If you have some thinner or some lighter weight cardstock, you might want to use it for these mechanisms. I used non-Stampin' Up! Paper because it was thinner. If I use the Stampin' Up! Cardstock for this, it's thicker and it's not as flexible to make my mechanism. So just keep that in mind. So I still have to put a sentiment here. We're going to add, I don't know that I'll add any peppermints to the front of here, maybe. All right, but there we go. So this one, it doesn't want to lay flat because I probably don't have it quite in the corner. All right. But there we go. Cute. So then I'll put, you know, like a sentiment up here, and then I'll put my note down here, or vice versa. It might be fun when you open it up to see something right down at the bottom here. All right, so with these, I kind of worked the mechanism so that it would go flatter. This one, I don't want to do that because I don't want to mess with his arms. And I may have been better off if I had waited to put the fan fold piece on here until he was already glued in. That may have made a difference. And in fact, I wonder if we could take him off. I don't want to ruin it, but... So let's lay this a little flatter. Oops, and I just broke his arm. So I will have to redo my card. So don't break his arm. All right, so don't do what I did. Leave well enough alone. All right. But it's still a cute card. I will, now that I broke his arm, it doesn't want to fold up right. There we go. Oh no! So I will have to fix my gingerbread guy, but you get the idea. It was fine until I broke him. Until I broke his arm. He needs to have it set. All right. So, fun card. Very fun fold. We'll fix the dress, and I'll try to fix his arm. This will be my prototype for my gingerbread boy. We'll give him a cast somehow. It'll work. It'll work. All right. That's all I have. We're under 2 hours. This was a long one tonight. It was supposed to be easy. But it was fun, hopefully. Hopefully it was fun. Any other suggestions? Oh, I need to do a hat for him, but, you know, what's the point at this point? Because I'll have to make another gingerbread boy. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just take these pieces off. And yep, I'll just take these off and I'll make a new gingerbread for in here. And it'll be all good. And I think that's part of the pitfall too, not that it's a bad thing, but with Stampin' Up, the paper is so thick, all right? So we'll redo him and it'll be all good. And I may actually just leave part of his body in here and glue the next one just right on top of it. I'll take the arms out maybe. We'll figure it out. So there we go. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, ladies. Good night, Juju, Bonnie, whoever else is left with us. Until next time, happy crafting.